croûte refers to food that's been wrapped in pastry and baked in the oven. And today I'm making saucisson en croûte. Think of it as a big pig in a blanket, but this is tastier and prettier thanks to this peculiar tool called a lattice cutter. And you can find these online. If you're in France, you can find them in the fancy baking stores. And I bought one years and years ago, and I've used it successfully for fruit tarts as well as croûte jobs. So roll one sheet of puff pastry into a 14 by 12 inch rectangle, and the pastry should be approximately 1/8 of an inch thick. And measure carefully. We want one piece that's 9 by 12, and then a piece that is 4 by 12. This pizza cutter works so well. There. And then the next one is the 4-inch piece. You're going to have approximately a 4-inch piece left. Use that for some other job. But this one will go over here. So now we have 2 pieces. The 4-inch piece is what we're going to make into the lattice. And this is so much fun. Watch what happens. Using this cutter, we're going to go straight down and cut all the way through the dough. You'll be amazed at what this does. It's magic. And if you had to do this by hand, which you could do, it'll take you a long time. Look what happens. You open this. Isn't that amazing? That's your lattice work. And you just keep coaxing it open. And so now egg wash one side of your large rectangle. We're creating both a glaze and a glue. Try not to get any on the edges because that prevents the puff from rising. And now stretch this. You want all the slits to open. You see how malleable this pastry is? It's such great dough. Ugh, I love this dough. Takes a little finessing. See the pattern? It really does look like lattice work. So that is the perfect lattice. Now this gets flipped over, and keeping it at least partially on the parchment is a good idea. So now your saucisson, and we're going to roll it up in the puff pastry. This is a garlic sausage, and it's made with both pork and veal. And just roll this up. And this edge will be your glued edge. So brush some egg wash right on here and here on the inside too. We're going to pinch those edges to keep the saucisson inside. And this is going to look amazing. Now the saucisson, by the way, is poached and cooled before it is wrapped in the pastry. You'll get that egg wash everywhere so that the color is beautiful when this comes out of the oven. Now this should be chilled before you put it in your preheated oven for at least 15 minutes, just so that the puff really keeps its shape and its design. Now with the point of a small paring knife, just cut a few little vent holes through the pastry, just so that steam can escape while it's baking. And get that on a baking sheet, chill, and then transfer to a 400-degree oven for about 40 minutes. Now, serving your saucisson en croûte is lots of fun because people love it so much. Have some grainy Dijon mustard, some cornichons, which are the little tiny pickles, a frisée salad tossed with a mustardy vinaigrette. So a little bit of this on each plate. I love frisée. It's a curly endive that is so delicious. Just the perfect greens. Would you like to see what this looks like inside? This is the first slice, which is the least impressive. But then we get into the saucisson. Use a serrated knife so you don't break the crust. And put this right on your lunch plate. It makes a truly beautiful lunch if served with these particular sides.